They are different. I emailed Dom a couple of things, and if they get their sticks on the ice, it might help them a lot in their own zone. But they ain't going nowhere the way they're playing defensively right now.
That second game against Montreal, their goaltending was outstanding. Cheesy was good in that game, I thought. But the rest, you can't win scoring one goal a game. It's tough.
Yeah.
The penalty killing has given up in the last two games against Winnipeg. They have given away the cross seam pass. Like, it's watching their high forwards on the penalty kill. It's almost like they're starting to they actually really get tricked. Scheifele ended up putting a pass straight across the ice.
Just a second, guys.
It was unreal. Scheifele just moved up the ice a bit, or looked towards the point man, and the top guy just moved, and it just left the seam. And I think it was back in Calgary that it also happened. Like, the cross seam pass just really has to be taken away to be an effective penalty kill. Anyways, thanks for listening.
I find the way a lot of the teams play, their habits are not very good. Big example, when I watch the Oilers, is their line changes. They take forever to get off the ice and somebody to come on. They get caught. Last game again, they got caught for a breakaway. Just not good.
I was going to say what was going to cure their defense would be playing the Oilers on Saturday, because neither team has really been shining on that side of things.
It's called hard work too, Jordan.
Yeah, run and gun.
Yeah, that body language coming off the ice is something else, eh? Like, just guys back on their heels and floating off, and boy, that's tough. I wouldn't be able to take that.
Well, and shift length too, Malcolm. Like, it's unbelievable at that level. You listen to the females, and the years that I spent in it too, you try to get the players convinced that anything more than 40 seconds is pretty long. And those guys, a minute and a half, even more sometimes. And you just can't be effective at that level.
Yeah.
Barry, is that just the big guns, or is that the group?
No, I think it's more the top couple lines. And I don't watch enough of all the other teams, but I would assume it's probably similar anyways.
Yeah.
Your impression of that, Terry?
Oh, I haven't been able to watch much, so I was just curious. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. You can get caught out there, but...
No, I'd agree, though. You're better off to put the bigger guys out more often, but to just stretch the shift lengths doesn't do much.
Yeah, that's my question too. It's not that they're caught out there. It's like they're trying to stretch it for the extra opportunity offensively, and they just don't want to go off because they think, if I get a stretch here, I'm going to score, and they kill themselves. You can see the energy drop in the third period, and I still think a lot of these guys are feeling the effect of rapid and quick return to play. I think injury-wise, conditioning-wise, they're not there yet. They're not conditioning-wise, in my opinion.
Well, they when I was on my way in this morning on the Fan 960, they had Rob Ray out of Buffalo talking about their team, and usually he's just more entertaining about everything going on in his world. But he actually was talking a little bit about their team and that one younger defenseman, that Rasmus Ristolainen, and saying that the biggest difference between last year and this year for them is they've taken his minutes way down, and he's actually become so much more effective by having him in playing less minutes, but actually calling on him to do more important things. That he's their number one shutdown D-man now. And then on the offensive side, they said that they're throwing him in front of the net on the power play. So it's for one power play unit, but it's one of those things that you try and convince a player of that if we take your minutes down, that you're going to be that much more important and more effective to us.
Yeah, I know in short term, all the teams, that's the biggest problem we have is shift length when you talk about habits. Like Tim talked about stick on the ice and that, but it's just they're all the best players and they're used to playing a lot more and longer shifts and everything. And it's really tough when you suddenly come to a team with 4 lines and 6D and the coach is telling you can't be playing as much. But if you calculate out the minutes at the end, divide 60 by however many different ways you want, you're still going to get the same amount of ice time. It's a matter of teaching, though. We've used math some years to show them that it does work.
You got to be good at math, though.
Yeah, sometimes you just have somebody stand up in front and show the division for them. Yeah. And with a baseball bat.
Yeah, I think it's a question of getting the players to buy into it. Like I've been real impressed with the Canadians this year. They've got 4 lines. They don't have any real superstars. They got a couple of guys who are scoring some goals now for sure, but there's no real superstars. And I would say, based on observation, I would say that the guys have really bought into the 4-line concept. And it's, Julian's, that's kind of always been his philosophy, and he's really got the team to be able to do that this year. So made a big difference. Everybody, I think, feels that they have value on the team. It's taken the road games, the matchups kind of out of the picture for him. He can pretty much put anybody out there. And the players have seemed to have bought into it, especially under the circumstance when you're playing 4 games in 5 nights. I mean, if you can't roll 4 lines under those circumstances, you're going to be in trouble for sure. They could be in trouble anyway, based on some of the issues they're having with COVID right now. But,
Yeah, I've been really impressed, Peter, with them, watching them play. I really like their style. Yeah.
Play fast.
Bobby, what about the best teams you played on? What was shift length, and was that ever a concern?
As short as they can get. That's what I was usually out there for 30, 40 seconds and off. Do your job, make a pass, hopefully on the tape, and then you're out. Roll them. Keep them going.
Yeah. You want more? Longer?
You know what? When I was in Wisconsin, my shift length was much longer than when I had my boats with the national team. But I think that was just a matter of just keeping, matching lines, and our coach allowed us to just play, and we kept that ice as long as we could. We stayed out there as long as we could. I don't think we should have most times, but I was fortunate to be on 2 teams during my Wisconsin days that were pretty successful. So you kind of get away with it. But yeah, the 30, I'd say 45 seconds for me, that's probably my max. That's when I'm probably my best. And then it's get off the ice and let somebody else get some fresh legs out there. So yeah.
Whereas those Air Canada Cup coaches were just too hard on you.
30 seconds.
Pulling you off the ice, right?
Yeah, no, it's, but you're right,
Those are the good days.
Yeah, when you can roll your lines, though, and you have talented players all around, through and through, why not, right? Get those fresh legs out there, and that's when you found success, I think. So, yeah, it wasn't all bad, Peter.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Bobby Joe.
Good to see you, too.
I was going to say, I remember. Yeah, I remember Germany the first year we went over, one door, and the things were like 6 feet high.
Yeah. If you're like me, you pulled your groin because you're only. Yeah. I was only about 5'4", so still am.
Yeah, the practice changing.
Yeah, we did. I think actually.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. We got benches too, so you guys could stand on them.
Yeah. I feel like when you're in the tights and you're just able to look over the boards, it's not good. So. Yeah, those were the days.
Oh, this.